Hey guys, how you doing today? Coach145 here, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to actually use AFK fish farms on the Android and iOS versions of Minecraft. Yes, I know it is still Bedrock Edition, but it still doesn't matter because of the fact that we have this little fish button, as you guys can see at the top of my hotbar or at the bottom of the screen, that really messes everything up because normally you have an action button for Windows 10 or Xbox, which means, yep, that we don't really have that, so we have to rely on other ways to actually do FK fishing. But if you guys want to just skip to the part where of the video where you actually want to go, I'll have timestamps on the screen right now. And anyways, that's enough rambling. You know what? Let's actually just get started. So as you guys see here, we have three separate designs that are pretty decent at AFK fishing, and of course these are the three most popular. First of all, we have DX Nice Guys 1.10 Pocket Edition farm because yeah, this is specifically optimized for Pocket Edition, but I mean you can still use it on Bedrock as well. You have Science 1.11 AFK Bedrock design, and this is pretty good. I used it for a while, but I mean I would highly recommend this one if you're trying to start AFK fishing at the beginning of the servers. The Skyflyers 1.12 AFK Bedrock design because yeah, because it's the simplest one out of all three. I mean, yep, there's little room for error, and it is so useful, and I definitely use this all the time on my server. But I mean, any of the three will work, and I'll leave links to all three down in the description below if you want to actually build these on your own. Real quick, I also wanted to show you guys about the fishing mechanics. But essentially, how fishing rods work is every time you fish for a fish. Oh wow, that's a pretty decent shot. It takes between 5 and 45 seconds to actually get a target. However, with lure one, because of the fact that it decreases the amount of time it actually takes between catching a fish, it decreases to 5 to 40 seconds. If you're using lure 2, it decreases the total time from 5 to 35 seconds. And if you're using lure 3, which I would recommend having on your max fishing rod, it takes between 5 and 30 seconds because, yep. So essentially, if you have lure, that just means that you're going to get more fish quicker, which means your timer should actually be lower than if it was just a normal fishing rod. So the first thing you guys want to do is head over to your App Store or Google Play Store, whichever you actually have, and basically search up an AutoClicker. If you're on the Android version, I would highly recommend this one, AutoClicker Automatic Tap, because yep, look at everything. It should be by True Developer Studios, and I really love this one because of the fact that it actually has, if we open it up, multi-targets mode, which is highly essential if you want to use the two designs on the left. Of course, remember the design on the right actually is the most efficient, at least from what I can actually tell, because it's actually optimized for pocket edition. But if you're running low on space or resources, the two on the left, definitely you actually need multi-targets mode. So yeah, I would recommend this one, but if you can't actually find this one or you're on the iOS version, I'm not sure if this actually exists there, but find any auto clicker with multi-tap mode if you want to use the two on the left, but hey, if you want to use the one on the right, then I mean go ahead because that's the most efficient, and even though it is expensive, it is the most reliable. So now that we're actually here on our auto clicker, let me real quick teach you how to actually use the one on the right. I mean, yeah, the video did actually tell you how to actually run the one on the right, but anyways, what you want to do is go to single target mode, hit settings, hit this to actually milliseconds. Actually, I would highly recommend that, and set it to 750 milliseconds. The reason for this is because, yep, you have to continuously tap that one, and yeah, pretty decent. Actually, if you want it to run indefinitely until you turn it off, so basically AFKing overnight and for extended long periods of time, then definitely use it to run indefinitely. But if you don't want to actually run it indefinitely, if you want to like run it for let's say 1 hour for some reason, like maybe you're worried about your phone battery dying, or I don't know, like yeah, this is why I actually recommend this. But basically, what really matters is basically this time up on the top of the screen, the 750 milliseconds actually between each click, because yep, that's basically a feature you'll find on almost every auto clicker if you're not using this one. But yeah, if you're not using a different auto clicker, it should still work the same, at least for the design on the right. So yeah, if you want to use it for like 1 hour, go ahead, or you can have it run indefinitely. I normally would run it indefinitely because yeah, it's actually pretty reliable to actually keep it on. At least my phone is because yeah, it won't crash. But essentially now what we want to do is head over to our Minecraft app. Wait, hold on, enable it first, and now that you're actually in front of this farm, what you want to do is crouch over here where the sticky piston's at. And I'm actually very bad at this. Hold up. Let me actually test to actually see if I can actually do it. Oh, nice! I got a first try. All right. So essentially, I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. What you guys want to do is, of course, now we actually have our settings saved for this. Yep, 750 milliseconds run indefinitely. What you want to do is hold out the fishing rod, move this little blue circle or whatever it is you're actually going to use to click. Um, every auto clicker is different, but it should have like a little something. It should either have like a little circle, a little square, or it should have like a big square with like a little corner, or it should have an arrow or something to indicate where it's actually going to be tapping. And guys, don't forget, this is very important. Before you actually even do that, you have to go to settings and touch, turn on split controls, because without it, you're just going to be lost. It's going to be a mess, and yeah, you don't want that. So yeah, what essentially we want is, yep, here we go, fish, the little X is on front, and let's play. Yep, there we go. Nice. I can't believe I actually got it to work first try. It's actually, at least for me, I'm not that good actually using this design, but from what I've actually tested, there we go. It's extremely reliable. Sometimes you get stuff in your inventory, but I mean, it's fine. Like this is actually still a pretty useful design, and there we go. I actually might want to switch to this design. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, this is the most efficient from what I've actually seen. But yep, don't forget, I'll leave this design down in the description below. But as you can see, yep, I'm not even touching this. I'm gonna even move to the other side of the room just to actually prove that I'm not actually touching. My hands are over here, and yeah, I'm not anywhere near the place, and it's actually working by itself. Like I'm not touching it myself, and yep, AFK fishing at its finest, boys. Let's get it. And the best part about this design is regardless of what level lure fishing rod you have, I would just recommend mending as well, this design should actually work because yeah, you're constantly checking if you have got a fish, and if you haven't, then it'll just keep going and checking until you have actually caught a fish. But now, I mean, it technically can work for this way. If you have any old auto clicker, it will work the same way for these designs. I mean, first of all, you don't want to set it to 750 milliseconds. If you have Luck of the Sea, Lure 3, I would recommend setting this to 18 seconds in between each tab because, I mean, yep, it'll still work, but essentially it's just going to be half as efficient because of the fact that, I mean, you only have a single click, so essentially you're going to be waiting 18 seconds for that to actually happen, and that's if you even catch a fish, because sometimes if you don't even catch a fish, it can just be wasted like that, and then it's going to be stuck like this for another 18 seconds, same thing with the other design, which is why I recommend doing this if you actually want to use these two designs. Actually, let me pause this. But yeah, the timings on these, if you're using Lure 3, I would recommend 18 seconds for the auto clicker. If you're using Lure 2, I would recommend 22, 23 seconds. If you're using Lure 1, I would recommend 28, 29 seconds. If you're just using a normal fishing rod, I would recommend 35 seconds for these two. But I mean, why would you even do this way? Why would you even use these? Don't even use these. Use the max pickaxe. I mean, if you're starting out, that's fine, but you definitely want to switch over to this one eventually, because yeah, this fishing rod is so much better. Same thing with this one. You almost always want to be using Lure 3, Luck of the Sea, blah 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 blah, because yeah, this is so much useful. Anyways, now I'm gonna actually show you how to actually use these two. So yeah, guys, back on the auto clicker, here we have, now we're actually gonna have multi-targets mode. And again, if you don't have this, I would definitely recommend either using just the design on the right that I have, or I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the single target mode anyways. Or you could at least try doing two auto clickers, but I have not actually tested that. But yeah, if possible, definitely download this auto clicker and or any other one that actually has multi-targets mode. But what I want to do is actually hold up. I'm not even gonna do this. I'm gonna enable this new configuration just so you guys know. All right, now we're gonna head over to the design. It works the same way for that farm too, but I'm just gonna use this farm to demonstrate. So what we want to do is hit this plus button, and you guys can see a little 1 appears on the screen. I want to click on the 1, and it says edit target 1. The delay time before to do, I don't know what English that is, but yeah, essentially you want to use the same time as I told you. I would recommend 18 seconds. I mean, you could try playing around with this. You can try 15 seconds. You could try 19 seconds. I mean, whatever's most efficient for you, whatever you think. But because I play on a realm/server, I would highly recommend 18, 17 seconds because yeah, that's just what I use. And I'm just going to put this right here on top of the fish button. Then you're going to hit this plus button again. As you can see, we have a number 2 here. For the second one, I recommend setting it to 1 second because what essentially this means is it's gonna, when I hit play here, it's gonna, not like that. We're actually gonna make it hit the water this time, actually. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna make it hit the water and actually start this. As you guys can see, we're actually gonna be, oh wow, that should happen much quicker than I thought. See, this is why you need this fishing rod, guys. But yeah, as you guys can see, as soon as we hit it in the water, we're gonna wait for a bit. The first tap, with the 18 seconds, means it's gonna take 18 seconds for it between the first tap and the second tap to check to see if there are actually any fish available while you're actually AFK fishing. Then the number 2, what it essentially means is in order to push it back in, it's going to take 1 second. So yeah, that's what these two actually mean, which is why I would highly recommend this clicker and these settings, because yeah, it's just so much more efficient, guys. It's almost double what compared to the single tapper because you can actually fish it back in. And the same thing works on for this design. If I click play and fish it in, as you guys can see, this is going to bob around. I mean, it's not going to be at all. Never mind. I mean, sometimes this farm actually loses a little bit of efficiency, but yeah, as you can see, it's not fully efficient because sometimes this happens when you're just waiting for the fishing rod to get pulled in and then pushed back out. But it's much faster than the single target mode, just so you guys know. And yeah, you can play around with the settings to see what's actually the most efficient for you. And yeah, same thing. I would highly recommend this. I'm gonna actually turn this off because it's starting to get annoying now. But that essentially is how you actually use these AFK fish farms. And anyways, yeah, any old AutoClicker can work. But if you're on the Android version, I would definitely recommend the one I actually used. But if you're on the iOS version and this doesn't exist, any multi-target AutoClicker can work. And last resort, I mean, you could always use this one. This one is actually the most efficient. I actually might want to switch to this one because I did not know how effective this actually was because it's fully efficient. You're always um, trying to actually hold up. You're always um, whatever. You're always pushing down the button and you're always checking to see if you caught a fish, and if you did, you'll reel it in and push it back out instantly. It's just so much more useful than these two farms. But I mean, nothing against these two farms. These two are very good early game starting farms, especially if you're actually using these for early game. But if you're already later game, I would highly recommend this one for Pocket Edition. But yeah, all three again will be down in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. That is all for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you um, found this useful and helpful. And if you didn't, well, tell me what you didn't enjoy about this video. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/145.